There's only one more for Kalani.
Ow!
Hey!
If you come at the king, you best not miss.
Acknowledge us.
Hey, guys. We're here at the Red Carpet Ring. We're here to talk about what went wrong with Halloween Havoc 2024. Where did WWE fail with NXT Halloween Havoc? You guys get the lights up in the Red Carpet Ring, and let's go. This here. Did Tony D'Angelo really need the family to help him retain? I did not like this finish. If you're building Tony D up as the guy to end the longest reigning North American Championship of all time, which is Obafemi, and he defeated him for that belt, to help retain it against this guy, you needed not one, not two, three members of your stable, the family, to help you retain. If you guys remember that, I did not like that at all. I thought it kind of brought things down, to be honest with you. Kind of thought it brought it down. I didn't understand that at all. But it doesn't make any sense. Why would you build someone up like that just for them to look weak? Tony D looked weak in his victory. Even though he won and he retained his title, he still looks somewhat weak. I don't like how you needed all of them to help you retain. I thought that was unnecessary. Look at that. You had Erjan Rizzo with a crowbar. You had Stacks and Cristofo hit a finisher through the table. Then Tony D finished it up and did his finisher through the table. And that's only to retain the belt and still be the NXT North American champion. I thought this was whack. I don't like that part. If Tony D was strong enough to beat him on his own in the beginning to win the North American title, he should have retained it on his own. Remember, Tony D did say he didn't want the family to even appear during this matchup. He wanted to do this all on his own, and it turns out he didn't do it on his own. This kind of makes Tony D look weak as a champion. And there could be a reason. I'm going to call it now. It could be a reason that maybe Obafemi wins this title back and he becomes a two-time North American champion. Because now you look vulnerable. So you know what list that goes on.
No. Words? No, you just made the list.
I didn't like this part of the match. I like Tony D'Angelo. I like the family. I like the storyline. I like all of it. Obafemi, definitely, I like him. He's a monster. But you did not retain this belt on your own. Chloe said, I didn't need her. It was cheesy. Yeah. Salute to you, Chloe. It ain't seen too much into the story sometimes. It does. I agree. And that's why I try to follow the story, make sure it makes sense. But when they too into it, goes kind of go left. But I see what you mean by that. Mike Lava, salute to you. But yeah, I didn't like this part of PLE. Tony D did not have to use the whole stable to help him retain his title. And you know, Obafemi on the next episode of NXT is going to remind him of that. He's going to say, dude, you had to get all your people to help you beat me. It took 4 people to beat me. You could not retain that belt on your own. Meaning, Obafemi's going to ask for another rematch. So I expect that to come. Now, Tony D can defeat Obafemi again, but this time alone, then Obafemi will be away from the North American Championship picture. But this made him look very, very vulnerable. I love the story, but the fights just come out short sometimes because of that. That's true. That's why I always say when it comes to storylines and characters, booking is so important. Booking is key. But this is one thing I did not like about this whole thing. Another thing, I'm going to get to what went wrong with NXT Halloween Havoc. Ridge Holland versus Andre Chase card. It was so obvious that Andre Chase was going to lose. And it was so obvious that Ridge Holland had all the dominance and offense in the world to win the match. I mean, Andre Chase had one last fight when it was at the ambulance. He tried to put Ridge in once, and he hit him with the stretcher. And then it's like when Ridge Holland hit that finisher outside by the ambulance onto the ground, Andre was done. There was no fighting him, no nothing. And if this is story building for Ridge Holland, taking out Chase U, imploding it after losing the NXT Tag Team titles at NXT No Mercy, and Andre Chase supposed to get revenge and redemption on Chase U being shut down by him, which I mean, Duke's in the hospital, and Rich Holland and Riley Osborne down, and Thea Hale being heartbroken. It's like the fight went there. I mean, they even played off like it's just like I said, the crowd really wanted into this match. Neither was I. And then now too, not only that, this kind of ties in with this. I didn't agree with his win. That's one. And also, not just that, this was not the last time we saw Rich Holland on this PLE. We saw him again. Now that's why they had him win. Remember, he won this match. Then they rushed him right into the NXT title picture. Now he's going to be Trick's next challenger. I guess he's going to get fed to Trick, whatever the case may be. I still don't like how this ended. This was whack. Should have been done much better. And we already know when it comes down to things like this, I don't like. You already know what list they go on.
What's gonna happen? No. Words? No. You just made the list.
Yeah, I didn't like this at all. I did not like this Rich Holland win. And I feel like this match was rushed. It seemed like they did this to set Rich Holland to go after Trick Williams. Now, I highly doubt he's going to win NXT title. But I did not like this at all, guys. This was terrible. They should have had a series match. I'm thinking Andre Chase should have won this match. Rich Holland could have had another match with him, and he could have won that match. He could have been Trick's challenger later on down the line. Rich Holland is not worthy of getting a NXT championship match this early. Let's be serious here. Come on now. Some more production, salute to you. But yeah, I didn't like this win here. I didn't like this win at all. I thought it was whack. I just was not into this at all. It didn't make no sense to me. Yeah, so. Yeah, I was not a fan of this whole thing with Rich Holland. Andre Chase should have won this match. I don't know why he didn't. So, with that being said, I didn't like that part. Like I said, he shouldn't even won. But let's go to the next part of what I didn't like about this particular PLE. Let's get into it. Let's be honest here. Kalani was set up to lose. She had no chance of winning this match. She had no chance of retaining her belt. Once we found out about a Spinner's Choice, that it was going to be a gauntlet match picked by Fatal Influence. She was set up for failure from the beginning. So obvious she was going to lose. Now, if she had made a miracle out of it and ended up winning, that would have been great for Kalani. Definitely make her the heroic champion that she could be. But once I saw she barely had energy doing a second match with JC Jane, I knew she was going to lose, and I knew one of these members was going to win the belt. They was going to make sure of that. But Kalani should have held the belt a little bit longer, but I get it. And you want to push Fallon Henley, the whole stable, like I said earlier, Fatal Influence. That's what they wanted to do. That's cool. But once it was a gauntlet, I knew that was it for Kalani. Like I said, Kalani, hopefully she goes out, have a couple feuds under her belt, singles feuds without a championship. And then she later on goes out for the NXT Women's Championship. Maybe she could beat Roxanne, or maybe she just be a champion down the line, because she is an incredible, great talent. But this was so obvious here, though. So obvious. Would have been a better gauntlet, yeah. CeeLo, salute to you. Yeah, it would have been a better gauntlet. And then too, not only did Kalani lose, she literally lost because all three members of Fatal Influence they caused distraction. You had Kalani Jordan going up at the top rope. That JC Jane was there, and then when Kalani Jordan had the pin, now Jasmine Nix distracted referee. She was set up to lose. She was never going to win this whole thing. I did not see how she was going to win this whole matchup. I just didn't see it. I didn't see it at all. But that's me. But it was just not set up that good at all. But other than that, though, like I said, Kalani, great champion. I guess it was just time for her to lose the belt. But to each his own. But she had no chance of winning. No chance at all. None whatsoever. I just couldn't see how she had a shot at winning and retaining her belt. There was no way that was going to happen. It wasn't set up that way. That's why. It just was not set up for her to. It wasn't set up for her to win. And that's, like I said, hopefully they really push this stable. It'd be a top stable NXT. But you know what list goes on. You already know what list goes on. At the end of the day.
What's going to happen? No. Words? No. You just made the list.
So I didn't like that part. It was so obvious. Now, another thing I didn't like, we're going to talk about Zarya. Zarya made an impact tonight. She attacked Fatal Influence. My question is with her, I wonder where she's going to fit in already. We already got a stacked women's roster on NXT. Now, remember, in the past month, we have had Julia and Stephanie Vaquer, who just debuted. We just had those two come on. They had what? Couple matches, on NXT already. The next thing you know, we got Stephanie and Julia. They at a PLE, and they won their first PLE match. So we already got these two here. These are still two new girls. And now we have Delta. So we have 3 new women in NXT. I'm not counting the returning ones, just new. She's the 3rd new woman in NXT within a month. And within that time frame, not only did we get Julia, Stephanie, and Zarya, we had a returning Cora Jade. We've had a returning Nikita Lyons. We also have now a returning Gigi Dolan. So 3 women that were on the injury shelf have came back. They're back. And now we're adding another 3. So that's 6 extra women on the roster in the past month. 3 returning, 3 new debuts. So I'm just saying, where does Zarya fit in? My thing is, the reason I'm saying that, I hope Zarya. I hope Zarya does not get lost in the shuffle. I don't think she will. She's going to be pretty much the dark character that's going to dominate everything. And I just don't hope. I hope they do something with her. Hope they don't rush her at the same time too. I'm just skeptical of how she's looking now, because they kind of. All right, guys, I explained what went wrong with Halloween Havoc 2024. You guys let me know what you think in the comment section below. Soon 2 videos will pop up, guys. You already know what it is. OUT.